Hello and welcome, dear travellers, to another episode of Whispers from the Campfire, where the flames of our stories cast shadows on the unknown. I am an avid horror fan. I love horror movies and can often watch them to help me get to sleep. Horror movie sets can often be tense during filming, as the script and real life can seemingly merge together. There is one movie set that is said to have been so cursed that filming was nearly cancelled. Tonight, I'm going to of course be talking about the 1973 Exorcist film, where strange incidences, mysterious fires, and tragic deaths haunted the production of this iconic film. Were the incidences mere coincidence, or was something far more sinister going on? So gather around, ensure you have your crucifix handy, and be warned, some stories may follow you home. The Exorcist is an American horror film directed by William Friedkin and written by William Peter Blatty. Blatty adapted the screenplay from his 1971 novel of the same name. If you haven't seen the film, I would highly recommend watching it. It may seem a little outdated now, but it is a fantastic film with strong horror elements that have definitely stuck in my mind. The film follows the demonic possession of a young girl and her mother's attempts to rescue her during exorcism. The film's conception came from Blatty's book, which was inspired by the 1949 exorcism on a 13-year-old boy whose real name was not known. Blatty's attempts to pitch the film had a lot of studios refusing to pick it up, until Warner Bros. Elected to help distribute the film. The film had a US $12 million budget and made $66.3 million during its theatrical release in the United States and Canada. Despite its success, there were low expectations for the film originally, and the filming process was full of difficulties. Friedkin and Blatty had difficulty casting for the film, as they wanted unknown actors to star as main characters. However, the executives at Warner Bros. Were strongly opposed to the idea, opting rather for well-known actors. When stars, such as Jane Fonda and Audrey Hepburn, turned down the roles, they ended up hiring Ellen Burstyn and Jason Miller, amongst others. Principal photography started on August 14, 1972. Filming was mentally challenging on the crew, as Friedkin would manipulate the actors to get genuine reactions. Friedkin was so unhappy with the scene at the end of the film that he slapped William O'Malley in the face to generate a deeply solemn but truly shaken reaction. Friedkin would fire blank ammunition without warning to elicit shock from Miller during the take. He would later tell Miller that during the vomit scene, the fake vomit, made out of coloured porridge, would hit him in the chest. Miller rehearsed based on this information, but during the take, Friedkin changed it to hit him in the face, resulting in his disgusted reaction. Friedkin also set Linda Blair's room on set to be minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 29 degrees Celsius, so that the cameras could pick up Reagan's breath. There were many injuries on set. Crew and actors had high expectations placed on them, creating a highly stressful environment. The idea for the film, being one of a religious notion, is thought to have brought a curse to the set. This, coupled with many mishaps, had the cast and crew questioning their reality. But were the incidences a mere coincidence, or could the set have truly been cursed? One of the first incidents of a strange occurrence happened on a Sunday morning, when a fire broke out on the set, with Friedkin stating that the cause was never identified.
At 4 o'clock in the morning, I got a phone call from the production manager who said, "You're not going to believe this, but the whole set is burned to the ground." And what had happened was, sometime during the morning hours, this set mysteriously burned to the ground. They never figured out what happened. We had to rebuild the set. We had to shut the picture down for 3 months and rebuild the entire set.
However, some say it was bad electrical wiring that led to the fire. The set was shut down for 3 months to allow for repairs. Cast and crew were also affected in other ways, which could be chalked up to coincidence, but is still very unsettling given the film being made and how many unfortunate circumstances befell them. Max von Sydow, who played Father Merrin, landed in New York to film his first scenes. When he received word his brother died unexpectedly in Sweden, von Sydow also became severely unwell during filming, placing him out of action for a period of time, prolonging production. Actor Jack McGowan, who played Burke Dennings, died only 1 week after his scenes were shot where his character was killed by the demon. He sadly passed away from influenza. Jason Miller, who played Father Karras, was left shaken when his young son was struck down on an empty beach by a motorcyclist, leaving him with life-threatening injuries. Luckily, he survived. Ellen Burstyn, who played Chris McNeil, was wrenched backwards by the stunt team so badly during the scene where Reagan slapped her in the face that she landed on her coccyx and was laid up for several weeks with severe back pain, leading to more delays in the filming.
Rig around my midriff with a wire coming out the back, and the stuntman was pulling me.
So we took her back the first time, and it was a good shot. And Billy said, we're going to do it again.
I said, Billy, he's pulling me too hard. I can get hurt. And Billy said, well, it has to look real. I said, I understand, but I'm telling you, I could get hurt. And the stuntman was standing there listening to this, and Billy said to him, okay, don't pull her so hard. But as I turned away, I felt them exchange a look. You see me hit and you see me reach for my back. I screamed in horrendous pain. Billy motioned to Owen to tilt the camera down on me. And I saw it and I was so furious and said, turn the effing camera off.
There was also some very coincidental deaths during filming, and whilst none were attributed to the actual film, it escalated the rumours of the set being cursed. An assistant cameraman's baby died whilst he was on set. Vassiliki Malyaros, who played the mother of Father Karras, passed away during production. Linda Blair also had her grandfather die during filming. A janitor that would take care of the cleaning of the building and the set was reportedly shot to death. It is said that 9 people died during filming, those of whom had some sort of connection to the film or the staff involved. Adding to the misfortunes during filming, a carpenter accidentally cut off one of his thumbs on set, and a lighting technician lost a toe. During their time filming in Iraq, the weather rose to temperatures of 130 degrees Fahrenheit and higher, with 9 out of the 18 crew to develop dysentery or sunstroke, causing further delays, made worse by the statue of the Neo-Assyrian winged demon getting lost in air shipment. The situations that arose got that dire that Friedkin had Father Thomas Birmingham from the Jesuit community come to bless and exorcise the set.
We had a priest who came on the set periodically and would exorcise the set,
which reportedly was a success as no further misfortunes occurred. That was until post-production, where crew could see strange images and visions show up on the screen that weren't part of the script, including some double exposure shots of Reagan's face. In the end, production took twice as long as scheduled and cost almost 3 times the initial budget. Despite the setbacks, the film was released on December 26, 1973.
At the door, and he was lying on the floor.
He's really big. You wouldn't have expected.
I know. All these big guys, they come out and they look like they're ghosts or something.
It didn't scare me. I don't know what happened. I just fainted.
If she ain't out here, he will.
During initial release, people would run out of the theatre from pure terror. It is reported that people would faint, with one woman breaking her jaw post-collapsing. A report stated a woman had a miscarriage. People were apparently violently vomiting, leading to one man being carried out on a stretcher, and some people reportedly had heart attacks, with the most horrific scene said to be when Reagan received her arteriogram, which was actually undertaken, proving the lengths Friedkin would go to for accuracy. In 1975, the Journal of Nervous and Mental Disease stated the film caused a cinematic neurosis, causing trauma to patrons, and some believing they became possessed post-watching the film, leading to them going to see priests to get exorcism.
Some psychiatrists are calling The Exorcist a dangerous movie because it does give credibility to a variety of superstitions, including the devil myth and the power of ritual. So it may be true to some, The Exorcist might be dangerously convincing.
The Exorcist will go down in history as one of the most famous horror films created during a time when horror was a relatively niche genre. The many mishaps raising the question of should this film have been finished. It was as if something was trying to assure it was not allowed to be released. However, the film was completed, as we know, and has led to many films today copying its imagery to try and portray the same level of terror felt by audiences during its release. Its legacy lives on, with its supposed curse still prevalent in the eyes of fans today. But do you believe in the curse of The Exorcist? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for joining me by the campfire. I hope you enjoyed the retelling of The Exorcist. If you haven't yet seen the film, I'd suggest you do. But be warned, you may finish the film with more than an upset stomach. Until next time, keep the fire burning and the stories alive.